Hello everyone, and welcome back to Create Above and Beyond. So, in the last episode, we went ahead and finished up the facade of our brand new andesite factory, and this thing has been running pretty well. There have been a few little bugs which we're going to have to solve. The first is that I did have my lift go back through the bedrock, so I guess claiming the chunks in the map did not work, so we will have to find a different solution for that. I think we might just switch out our rope pulley with a gantry carriage and see if that works. And then also our tree farm isn't quite keeping up sapling wise, but that should be pretty easy to fix. So jumping right into what we want to do this episode, I went ahead and built a brand new checklist board. So this way we can really easily keep track of what we need. So for example, our first task for the day is to upgrade my tools. Essentially what I want to do is I want to add a piece of slime wood onto each of my tools, which actually regenerates the over slime and basically repairs our tools automatically. Once that was complete, all I have to do is open this trapdoor, flick that lever, and then that little light lights up, and I have 2 lights per sign. And I can just kind of go through and check these off and have a real visual view of where we are at. So our goal for today is to actually get our workshop fully complete and then create a lot of brass and copper machines so that way we are prepared for our next projects and it'll make building our mechanisms a whole lot easier. So before we actually jump into completing our workshop, we have a few little housekeeping items we have to do. First thing we're going to do is upgrade our tools with Skyroot so that way they will repair themselves automatically. So I went ahead and put 1 piece of slime wood material on each of these. I just went ahead and did all of the handles. So now they should automatically be generating over slime as it goes. So there we go. Just went from 56 to 57. So for now, I will just repair these up and then they should keep themselves repaired as we just kind of go around and do our stuff in the world. The next thing, I want to see if I can upgrade our buddy card armor. So I got a comment saying that you only actually upgrade your armor when you pick up the cards. So I have had all of these cards in my inventory at one point or another, but I don't know if we have to like physically pick them up. So to do that, what I'm going to do is just break this chest. Then we can just put everything in here and we will see if that upgrades our armor at all. Okay, and it did work. Look at that. So we went from 11% to 34%. So now if we compared it to diamond armor, 3 armor, 2 armor toughness, 2 armor, 6 compared to 8. So we're getting close to diamond. So we're now better than iron, but still a little worse than diamond. So we'll see if we can't get some more buddy cards going this episode. So one of the big issues we were having with our andesite factory over here is that it was not able to keep up with the saplings. So the dark oak was like running out of saplings every once in a while. So what we did to fix that is we went ahead and switched the dark oak for orange autumn saplings. Now there's 2 reasons we did this. The first is that they grow in the small trees, so you don't need a 2x2 to grow it, so they're going to grow a little more frequently. And the second reason is that they have a really high probability of growing those like really tall trees with lots of leaves and lots of saplings. So hopefully that'll keep up with saplings a little bit better. So far it's been running for a few hours and it's been keeping up just fine. So if you're having issues with your wood farm, maybe just try swapping out the sapling. The second big issue we were having with our andesite factory is the pulley system was going down back below bedrock and basically voiding itself whenever we unloaded these chunks. So what I did to fix that is I switched our pulley system for a gantry shaft and gantry down on our little lift mechanism there. So basically I switched out our pulley for a gearbox and I have a few shafts going down to a gantry. So that way everything perfectly lines up. So I'll wait for this to come back up and I'll show you how I connected that up to our system. And here it comes all the way up. And then when it gets to the top, you can see stuff's being automatically shuffled out. And you can see that our gantry carriage, which is holding the whole chassis, stops right there, which perfectly lines up with our system. So now hopefully this won't have any more issues. So the next thing on our to-do list is do a little bit of shopping. So there's 2 things that we're going to buy. The first is we're going to buy a unbreakable enchanted saw. So essentially we can put that in our iron farm and we won't need to automate making saws. And the other thing we want to buy is a piece of bedrock. Now I was holding off on buying this, but in the newest update to the pack, they actually removed this purchase. So we're going to go ahead and buy this before it's removed and We'll save it for now, and then maybe eventually we'll have a good use for it. All right, looks like we only have 13 gold to our name. Do we have any more in here? Doesn't look like it. So maybe we'll see what we have to sell to get ourselves up to 32 gold. So one way to get a little bit of gold is we have 186 stacks of logs stored up in our sawmill. So let's trade all of those and see how much gold we can get from that. I don't think it'll quite get us enough, but it'll get us hopefully pretty close. Then we also have one of these quests complete, kill 50 zombies. Nice. And then mineral collector, I think we have all of these, so that'll get us another 25. Landfill drop off, we have the dirt, that'll get us another 15. That's maybe not as easy. Hopefully we just have all of that. We'll check. Written book to get 15 silver coins. We can do that. Kill 30 spiders. We're about halfway there. Collect all that stuff. That should be pretty easy. Collect all the farming stuff. We have all of that, as well as all of these crops. Oh, we're missing pumpkin slices. We should be able to craft those, though. Any music discs for 32? I think we have a few music discs, so we might just trade all of those away. Sapling collector. We need dark oak. That doesn't get us many coins, though, so I think we'll skip that for now. And we'll see where that gets us. Okay, so after completing all of those quests, I ended up with only 22 gold. So I'm still only 10 off from our 32 goal. So I ended up just shoving all of my gems into my trade station to see what I could get. And with every single one of our precious gems sold off, we had just enough coins to buy our bedrock. So we've got 1 gold coin and 48 silver coins left over, and we've got our precious bedrock, which I'm going to make sure to keep a very good track of and make sure I don't place that down by accident anywhere. What that doesn't do is leave us enough money to buy our saw, so we're just going to hold off on this episode for now because we are pretty low on resources to keep getting more gold coins. So we will just pop the diamond saw in our andesite factory and upgrade it in the future. So I took the time to create as many brass machines and copper machines as I could with what I had, and I really didn't get much. We ended up only getting 8 brass machines and 11 copper machines, which is nowhere close to our goal for the episode to make sure that we're ready for future projects. But this is going to be enough to get us started. So the one thing that the workshop absolutely has to have is a mechanical crafter, so that way it can craft a crushing wheel. The reason we need that is because to make our brass machines, one of the ingredients is redstone, and that ended up being our bottleneck. The way I'm getting redstone right now is milling cinnabar, which only gets you 4 dust, but if we were to crush it, we get 6 per cinnabar. So that'll just make our process of crafting our brass machines a whole lot easier. So we'll craft up our mechanical crafters. So with our mechanical crafter complete, let's get our workshop all put together. right, this is looking pretty darn good already. So all I went ahead and did is put in a few different mechanisms and then kind of reorganize my little crafting area. I think it's looking really quite nice. So we've got our deployer still set up over here, ready to make our mechanisms. Then we also have a mixing station, so we can just drop stuff in here, goes down into this funnel. Our mixer mixes it up, and then it goes into this chest in the middle. And then same thing over here with the press. We drop stuff into this chest, it gets pressed, then goes into the chest. And then over here we have a trade system set up, so we can drop fuel for our dynamo in here. Then we drop whatever we want to trade in here, and then put our import or profession here to either get money or get items. So we've got all of our imports stored up here and all of our professions stored down there. And the last thing we have over here is our crafting grid. So let's actually go ahead and grab all the stuff we need to make our crushing wheels. Because we're going to go ahead and make 2 of those. I've got a spot right there for them. So we need a bunch of cobblestone and a bunch of sticks. And that's pretty much all we need, I think. Yeah, so we do like a plus shape of sticks, and then all the way around we're going to do cobblestone, like so. And then we can watch this all craft up pretty quickly. I got my system running at a decent speed, but it definitely could be sped up. And there we go. We've got our crushing wheels. So now we can just put 1, 2, and we're ready to crush. Yeah, awesome. So then we have the chest here, which goes out of the crushing wheels, and then down in our basement here is where we have our storage to actually get our stuff from. Now the basement is a little unfurnished right now. We've got all of our water wheels here, which is running our workshop, but I do have a lot of empty space. So I do have quite a few plans for what I'm going to do with the space down here. But for now, the workshop up top should be enough to kind of keep us going. So we think we're good to go ahead and check off complete workshop tools on our list, and then move on to completing the workshop build. So let's go ahead and finish that off in a quick time lapse. And here it is, our completed workshop. I am in love with how this thing turned out. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. It's kind of got more of like a comfy cottagecore vibe than the rest of the builds, but I actually think it works quite well with the big andesite factory next to it. You guys will have to let me know what you think of that, but yeah, I'm super happy with it. So I went ahead and took some time to make a little path coming up here. We've got these yellow and orange autumn trees all around just to add a little pop of color. I think it looks really quite nice. So we come up here into the workshop, and when you come in, it's a little more cozy in here. I've got to like do a little more decoration, get all the torches off the ground, and maybe clean up this whole area, but I think it looks pretty good. So we've got our crafting stuff, chest wall here, and then you can come through here into the workshop, which I think this workshop area looks really quite nice now that it's all decorated. And then down in the basement, this is still empty as of right now, but eventually I will be putting some more machines down here, so I didn't want to go too far in terms of decorating because I don't really know what the space is going to look like. And then we can come up here to the bedroom area where we've got a bed, got like a little bookshelf, and then we've got our jukebox and just a little desk area. I think it looks really cute and cozy up here. Eventually I might kind of change this out. Maybe I'll make this an enchanting area or move my buddy cards up here. But I think for now this does the job, and it'll be a nicer place to wake up when we die, inevitably. We only ended up getting a single buddy card pack, which is actually from the end set, because we found that like little buddy card Enderman in the end. So we're going to open that up and see what we get. Oh, we got a rare and then a few commons. That's not too bad. We will drop those on the ground to upgrade our armor. And the second thing that we're going to do today is we're actually going to craft the butter card binder. A lot of you guys have been telling me to craft this forever, so I think we're just going to go ahead and do it. So apparently what this binder does is it like holds... Oh, wait, that's a guidebook. Oh. You wanted me to make the binder. That's different. What is that? 3 buddy cards and a leather. All right, let me go make that quick. All right, so 3 buddy cards and a leather gets us the buddy card binder. Oh, and we get an orange one because we use the Farmer's Delight pack. Cool. I feel like this doesn't have enough slots for everything, because you guys told me that this would hold essentially all the cards, or is this just for the Farmer's Delight cards? That might be how it works. Like, this is enough for all the Farmer's Delight stuff, and then I'll have to craft one for my regular cards. Ah, I see. Okay, well that's not as cool as I thought it'd be, but that'll work. I'll make it a little easier. We won't have to have these big walls full of cards. So let me craft up a buddy card binder for our normal pack, our nether pack. Then we'll hold off on the end of pack for now because we only have 4 of those, but I'm going to craft those other 2 binders and we can take a look at all of the cards we have. So I took some time and actually organized these into the buddy card binder. So I've got my base set, I've got my Farmer's Delight set and all of the buddy gummies. And I've got my nether set, which still needs a lot of work. And then over here for my end cards, because I didn't want to use most of my end cards to make the binder, I just kind of have them sat here on these buddy card displays for now. Oh no. Enderlings. This is the thing that we killed to get our ender pack. Enderlings can be found wandering around rarely with endermen. These young endermen are very friendly and curious and will not attack you. They will gladly trade cards with you, but be careful not to lose them. There are benefits to trading with the same enderling a lot. God dang it! We should not have killed him. Oh my god. Okay, so I guess we'll have to watch out for another enderling. That was a huge mistake. Dang, that sucks. It also looks like we can actually enchant our binders to have extra pages. So eventually we can actually take like one binder and enchant it to have extra pages to store all of our cards in one binder, which sounds pretty useful, but for now, I really don't mind having all the different binders to store all the different packs. So in the next episode, I think what we'll do is start crafting up a whole bunch of create buddy card packs. Now the reason I want to start crafting these up is because now that we have our grinding wheels, it's a lot easier to shred our buddy cards down. Realistically, I think we only need to keep 1 of each, but I'll probably try to keep 2 just in case we need them for anything else. But then like everything else can be shredded, which gives us a whole lot of cards to shred up. So today's episode was a whole lot of fun. I really like how our workshop turned out, and I'm really excited to start diving further and further into the pack. So if you guys like what you saw, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe to see future episodes, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.